Good evening. We are live from Upper St. Clair Stadium as the St. Clair Panthers are taking on the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders tonight. This is going to be a very good game. The Highlanders finished in the playoffs last year. They lost in the first round. First time they were in the playoffs since 2011. They are coached by David Zinski, who got the job in 2018 and instilled definitely a new attitude in the group. And they returned 10 starters from last year. The St. Clair side returns they return 10 seniors. St. Clair side returns 9 starters, and 12 seniors. And they are fully aware that the Baldwin group is an up-and-coming side in this section, and so we're looking forward to a good game. My name is Dan Cuddy. I'll be happy to bring the game to you with my friend Wally Backdyan. And you have any thoughts as we get started, Wally?
No, I think you hit the high points, Dan. This is two very experienced teams. Both carry a lot of seniors, both of whom have seen a lot of playing time. And while they both finished third and fourth respectively in the section last year, you could argue that they would be the favorites in the section this year. I know that Mount Lebanon and Cannon Mac will have a lot to say about that, but certainly from an experience standpoint, there's a lot of talent and a lot of games and minutes played on the field tonight.
And from an experience standpoint, there is certainly no coach more experienced in this section than Uwe Schneider. He's been coaching the team since 2002, has 4 state titles to his credit, many section championships, many playoff wins, and is just an overall very good coach. He has boys ready to go at all times, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah, the 4 state championships kind of trumps a lot of folks in that age area. We've got, I think there's 13 section championships and 6 Whitfield titles. There's almost an equal amount of runner-ups to go along with that. And so, in terms of a program's history, Upper St. Clair's got one of the most storied histories in not only Western Pennsylvania, it's high school soccer, but certainly the state of Pennsylvania.
You can almost call him the Jack Nicklaus of soccer coaching around here. I mean, if he's not finishing first or darn close to it, he's got second. So, and for the Baldwin side, I mean, they certainly have been playing better the last couple of years, and they have some very good players on their side. They're going to challenge to be in the top 4 this year and get another playoff run in it. We're going to pause for the announcements of the starting lineups. And the national anthem, naturally.
Number 5, Connor Zenman. Number 11, Cole Thomas. Number 3, Joey Coswell. Number 4, Anthony Williams. Number 9, Number 2, Ben McKine. Number 15, J.J. Cuddy. Number 7, Max Lear. Number 1, Evan Jakovic. Number 11, Cyrus Connie. Number 10, Jack Myers. Number 14, Abelardo Sabarzo. Number 3, Liam Chicnecki. Number 5, Nick Tanner. Number 6, Soham Shakur. And number 23, Tyler Ringer.
And as the players come over to the sideline for the last instructions from the coach, little quick gather. They seem to be turning right around to take their positions. Certainly a different feel in the stadium tonight. We have much fewer fans than normal. St. Clair Stadium usually packs them in the parent and the student section, but because of the COVID-19 rules, we are just happy to be here watching a soccer game.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit different. Even the order of things that they usually take things are a little bit different tonight. But I think you're right. Just happy to be playing soccer and happy that these kids get their opportunity to play.
And St. Clair's playing a 3-5-2 formation this year, which means 3 defenders in the back, 5 midfielders. 2 of those midfielders are spread out wide on each sideline, and they are the runners in the group. They're supposed to basically play from the 18-yard box to the other 18-yard box and get back on defense as well as threaten to score goals. We have the kickoff, and Baldwin controls on the outside right. Tries to send it up the line, but is stuffed by Connie. Outside left. Looking, stuffed. Throw in Baldwin. Good defensive play by Jack Myers. Excuse me. That was Abelardo Sabarzo, excuse me. And Nick Tanner now tries to get it to the ground. Can't handle the ball. Baldwin has it out to the right back. Baldwin's playing it. Looks like they may be playing 3 in the back as well. Unless that outside back just squirted up there, but yeah, looks like they're actually playing 4 in the back, excuse me. Abelardo Sabarzo.
Here comes Jack Myers.
Jack Myers, rather.
Oh, there's a penalty in the box. A little combination with Nick Tanner and Jack Myers, and the back just reached over and tripped Jack Myers up.
Jack Myers is one of the smartest soccer players I and probably we have ever seen, and definitely have ever coached. He gets a ball from the spot very early on at 38-35 in the first half.
This would be a big goal to get started with.
Yes. And it is. Goal, Myers. Great shot, lower left corner. Keeper had no chance.
Meatballs are served. Jack Myers goes by the nickname Meatball. Maybe for some not so obvious reasons, but that was a nice little combo that he and Nick ran, and obviously a great conversion on the PK.
Great way to open the season. Now St. Clair's going to have to keep up the pressure. You don't want to relax after an early goal like that. Baldwin passes it back, now outside right. Looking. And Jack Myers has his feet under him now. He's excited after that goal. Defends well. Throw in Baldwin. And Nick Tanner now has the ball. Very speedy player. Puts a lot of pressure on defenses. Defended well, but still holds it. Good hustle. Tries to get it across. Baldwin clears. Throw in St. Clair. Max Fulton here to throw it in. We've got an injured Baldwin player. The trainer's called onto the field to assist a Baldwin player off. Let's see who that is. And Joshua Vargo subs in for Baldwin. I can't tell who the injured player is. He's sitting on the track. Both numbers are covered. And my eyes are not good enough to see the front number, even if I could.
Dan, that looks
Tanner
like
with-
Kurt Shem on the ground there. He's one of the senior defenders that they had. Big, strong kid. He's played, I think, 3 or 4 years at the varsity level here for Baldwin. So he's obviously going to be somebody that will be missed if he can't come back into the game.
Yeah, they're definitely going to hope he comes back. He's one of their best players. Well defended there by Liam Shinecki and J.J. Cuddy. Baldwin does have a corner kick. And St. Clair's been susceptible over the years on corners occasionally. They seem to play more of a zonal system. And let's hope they pick someone up tonight.
It's a nice
Oh,
service,
well out.
and Ty Reamer knocks it out with his head. Really good. They got the ball out, and looks like they're moving it up the field.
Ty Reamer's their only starting sophomore this year. Nick Tanner sends it up the line for Jack Myers. Well defended, but I think poked over the end line. And it looks like a corner for St. Clair.
What a quick transition. The ball was touched 3 times, and we got it back over the end line, and now we've got a corner kick.
The same may be true for Baldwin, but we know for sure that the St. Clair players, a lot of them have been playing together since they were 10, 11, and 12 years old, and they just feel where each other are. Nice cross over by Abelardo Sabarzo. Tap back. Max Fultonier takes a shot. Cleared away by Baldwin, and it is a throw in St. Clair. Like to keep the pressure up down here, Wally, eh?
Yeah, you know, they in the scrimmage that we had against Oakland Catholic, the boys did a really good job. They took them a little bit while to get settled, but, you know, we played most of that game, even with some of the second stringers in at our offensive third of the field. So let's see what can happen here.
And J.J. Cuddy just had the shield from an oncoming Highlander. Got it down to Nick Tanner. Nick's hustle is just fantastic. He's really threatens defenses with his hustle and speed.
There's another ball. It's a dangerous.
Max Feltnier almost had a crack at that now. Oh, unlucky. Mr. Carney tried to trap that, just kind of bounced off his shin. Well in by Soham Shankar. Little scrum for the ball now. Into the middle of the midfield. Oh,
what a nice ball.
Threatening ball. Evan Jakovic comes off his line well. He's been doing that. I've seen some practices in that scrimmage. He definitely is not a keeper that stays back on his line, and that is a great quality. Shankar defends well, sends it up the line. Jack Myers controls. Doesn't care that the Baldwin Highlanders nipping at his heels, but it is turned over at midfield. Collected by Jakovic.
I think both sides need to settle down just a little bit. You know, everybody's still excited from the start of the season, and, you know, there's a lot of hopeful passes being made that, quite frankly, you know, if they were just a little bit more patient,
Oh,
be a
good
little
block,
bit more
Liam
accurate.
Schnecki. No, I agree. They even with the quick goal, you know,
Yeah.
everyone's excited to play, but still seem to have kind of shaky stomachs in a
Yeah,
sense.
and the field's gotten a little disconnected already. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of a gap between our forward line and where our central midfielders are playing.
Max Fultonier had 2 slide tackles there. Max is a very, very tough defender. We've called him the raccoon in the past because if he gets inside, you just don't want him there, that's for sure.
Pretty clever nickname. These are always dangerous situations. You know, once the ball gets up in the air, you never know what's going to bounce.
And sent across by Ty Guzzi. Cleared away by Ben Bakdayan. Tried to collect again by Guzzi. Kind of bounced off and went to the midfielder. Oh, looked like we were offsides there.
It looked like an
Looks like Baldwin was
offsides.
offsides and or had a handball.
Well, that was just an awkward play. I mean, the ball was up in the air. I'd have to look at the video to see if the guy was offsides, but, you know, nonetheless, he brought it down and then he buried the shot. So 1-1 now with 33 minutes left in the first half.
I would say to a man, the St. Clair defenders are all complaining about something. I don't know whether it's the handball potential or the offsides potential, but
Well, you got to keep playing until you hear the whistle. You
Yep.
can't rely on what you think the call is.
no
You have to
question.
play until the play is over.
No question about it. Max Fultonier has it
There he-
outside and draws a corner. Sabarzo's last cross was excellent. Let's see if he can get it up. St. Clair can get ahead on it. Good serve. Oh!
Oh, that was a great header. Some of them got really high for that, and it just missed it by less than a foot.
That had some power behind it. Shankar is a very, very good athlete.
Historically we haven't had that many threats on the aerial balls, but this year I think, Dan, we've got a couple of kids who can really get up in the air. Not only that, but they're skilled enough to direct the header properly.
I agree. And again, they played so long together, they kind of know where everyone can put the ball. Out wide now to Baldwin. Try to get it up. Slide tackle prevents that. Well defended by St. Clair. Throw in Baldwin. Controlled out of the air by Shankar. Knocked down by Abelardo Sabarzo. Turned over to Baldwin. And well defended by Ty Reamer. Again, collects it again. Referee didn't like something. Can't necessarily see what it was. Could be.
I think it was a late tackle. I think
Okay.
Ty came in a little bit late, and
So Coach Sinski just called for Cole Thomas to take this strike.
that's a dangerous
Oh
ball.
my goodness gracious! And Baldwin is up 2-1.
I tell you what, that was a beautiful delivery and a great finish.
The goal scorer just snuck by there.
That was Joey Moeller. He's one of the top scoring threats in Quad A soccer, and he just put that one home. What a beautiful ball and what a great finish.
I'll tell you, home fans are always thinking their kids are just going to take it no matter what, and especially if you score an early, quick goal. But there's certainly a reason that the Highlanders have earned varsity jerseys as well. Shankar has it. Let's see what St. Clair, how they react to that. Because Baldwin is definitely putting the aggression on now. They're feeling it. So who says soccer's a low-scoring sport? We got we're 10 minutes in, and we got 3 goals on the board already. Saddled down by Shankar, turns it around very deftly into Connie, sends it back to JJ Cuddy. He's going to launch it, and he does. Nick Tanner's on the run. Nick Tanner's got it. Tries to poke it through the 2 defenders. Still collects it. Oh, great effort by the defender, but Nick is still battling. And it looks like a St. Clair toss. No, excuse me. Somehow that was called a foul, but I don't know. The referee was closer to the play than us. So this will be sent forward, over toward the left side. And Ty Reamer knocks it down. Collected by Baldwin. Defended by Sabarzo. Knocked back into the center of the field.
Yeah, St. Clair is not winning the ball in the middle of the field right now. I mean, the ball's kind of going over the top, and they're playing a long ball over also, but they need to possess a little bit better than what they have been.
You read my mind for sure. And I think Jack Myers thought or even knew he was offside there, so he didn't play it. And they'll take a goal kick, and he basically saved the team 15 or 20 yards. Oh, no, they called. Excuse me. No, it's a goal kick.
That wouldn't be entirely surprising. Sometimes the Whitfield officiating interpretations don't always make sense. Not to say that they're wrong, though. Oh, this is another dangerous ball.
J.J. Cuddy's on the run to defend and blocks the shot, or cross rather. Somebody came back for help. Looks like Ty Reamer got back there to help Cuddy out. Throw in, settled down by Baldwin. Knocked back into the midfield. Headed down by Shineki. Maybe a hold there, I don't know.
I think one of the Baldwin guys was offsides.
Oh, there you go. Shankar's got it. Surveys where he may pass it.
They need
Knocks it back to Connie.
Need to be a little bit more patient. You know, they're trying to play direct, maybe move the ball around a little bit more, switch the fields. I mean, that's a tough entry pass right there,
Yep.
but, you know, just move it up level by level.
Yeah, they definitely have the skill to control the ball and do it in short areas.
There's a
And now we
goal
have a shot.
opportunity here.
Oh, nice effort. Ty Reamer takes a go. Just shoots it wide. Baldwin keeper starts quickly. Out to the left sideline.
Oh, Nick Tanner's nice steal of the ball.
Absolutely.
And gets a good bounce, and it's a throw in for St. Clair.
I don't think the
Go
Baldwin
right
player
now.
ever expected him to get there that fast.
Correction, I guess Nick was a little bit too aggressive in his tackle.
Either way, he defended well. J.J. Cuddy knocks out. We throw in Baldwin about the 30-yard line of the soccer field, 20-yard line of the football field.
Nice steal by Abelardo Sabarzo.
He showed good hustle in the middle tonight. I think Jack Myers had a handful of shirt or something there. Baldwin's got a free kick.
They said he started in an offside position and came back for the ball. I don't know about that, but
They had a defender back on the 40-yard line.
I don't think he saw that.
They blended in with a number or something.
All right.
Up to Sabarzo.
Need to collect this.
Ty Reamer's got some speed. He collects it. Knocks it forward.
Nice through ball.
Unlucky.
Oh, I tell you what, that was spang bang. It was a nice run. Really close on the offsides.
Seems like the patience of the group might be shining through now. We'll have to see if they're able to maintain it. They've got to get the ball on the ground and really start to control
Right.
the passing, control the possession. Back to J.J. Cuddy. Up to Sabarzo. Into the middle. Connie back to Shineki. Whoops. Tried to find Sabarzo, but Abelardo made a run and didn't have his head on the ball. Out to Reamer. Up to Tanner.
And this is where St. Clair plays its best soccer, is when they're moving the ball small pass by small pass, one level pass to one level pass. They're not particularly strong over the top and chase and out physical a team. You know, they do have some size in the back line, but for the most part, the midfielders and the forwards are not big individuals.
You're right. They are so skillful that if they just play three touch, they can generally.
And now they have numbers.
They've got numbers. Max Fultonier takes a shot, blocked. Back towards midfield. Oh, Connie took a shot.
That looked like it might have been a little bit.
That could have been a foul.
Yeah.
Baldwin clears it out to the right sideline. Back towards center field. That was a little bit of a dangerous pass. Connie's chasing. He wants that ball. Ty Reamer got back to defend, knocked it out, throw in Baldwin. Up to Ty Reamer, couldn't keep it in.
we're about 17, 16 minutes into this game, and this is usually about where you see some of the depth that St. Clair has start to pay off. You can't keep up this kind of pace for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, and expect to continue to run at it. And St. Clair has a lot of kids who can come off the bench and play, oftentimes maybe a little bit deeper bench than what you get in the section, even in a Quad A section. So we'll see what happens here in the next 10 or 15 minutes as some of these guys, I'm sure, get a little bit tired.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what kind of depth or quality Baldwin has throughout, but St. Clair generally is able to wear teams down that way. Well in by Ty Reamer. Good.
Just a little bit off tonight right now.
So Baldwin tries to get it at the line. It is knocked out by St. Clair. Actually, by kind of a bang-bang play off a Baldwin player. So St. Clair's got possession now. Oh, Connie loses it. Going forward here.
Dangerous numbers coming.
Defend. And good save by Jakovac.
Nice save by Evan Jakovac.
Those first two goals were at such close range. It's good to get him a reaction save because it gets some confidence back.
It wasn't an easy ball to handle either.
No. And we clear it out towards midfield.
Let's see if Jack Myers can corral this one. He's going to hold it up and wait for the rest of his crew.
Wisely does so. Back to Cuddy. He has to turn it around all the way back to the keeper. Jakovac used to be a field player, so he's very, very good with his feet. Settled down by Ben back down in the middle, up to Nick Tanner. Tanner has defended hard. Collected by Ty Reamer, but turns it over. Now Baldwin's got it, coming down the left line. And Abelardo Sabarzo is all over the field. That was very good hustle defensive play. Back to Jakovac. Tries to switch. Knocked down by Fultonier. And Soham defends but knocks it out.
It's the second sub by Baldwin now. Schneider electing to go with his subs or his starters here halfway through the first half.
As Rye Bibas comes in at a forward position. Well defended by Fultonier. And very calmly defended by Shankar. Up to Fultonier. Sends it down the line towards Tanner. Just booted downfield by the Baldwin defender. Shineki can't get it. And Max Fultonier comes back to defend. Well out by Shankar. Knocked down by Jack Myers. Tried to get it forward to Tanner. Oh, Ben Backdine goes in hard but misses. Collected by Ty Reamer. Ty's got a defender nipping at his heels. Now a second. Now a third.
He's through.
And he still has the ball.
He still has the ball. He somehow gets it across to Tanner. I think one of the things they could do is when they get these breaks, you've almost got to mentally, you got to count the guys in front of you and just decide if you've got an advantage or not. And when you don't, just hold the ball up and play from there. But sometimes you get so caught up in rushing down the field, you forget that you don't have an advantageous position.
I agree, especially when they're down a goal to a team they may not think. Oh, penalty called at the spot for Baldwin.
Moeller and Shineki were running side by side that entire time. They were kind of hand fighting. And I think Liam just gave him a little bit of a push.
Yeah, and it may have been more incidental than anything, but he's an experienced forward. I'm not sure if he went down to draw or not, but he's at the spot. Zach Stewart taking it. Knocked in.
All right. A little bit more than halfway through, and St. Clair finds itself down 3-1. And St. Clair's coming in with two subs.
There's about 60 minutes of soccer left. St. Clair's got plenty of time. Will Backdine comes in for Abelardo Sabarzo. And
Jack Cassidy in for Nick Tanner.
both are experienced players. Will Backdine's a junior, played a lot of minutes and started, I would say, most of the games last year. And Jack Cassidy's a senior. Been playing with these guys since they were 10, 11 years old. Back to Cuddy. Sent forward. Intercepted. The hustle of Will Backdine knocks it out, and Baldwin's going to throw it. Sub now. For Baldwin, Ricky Bandola comes in. And Joey Muller goes off. So now would not be a bad time for St. Clair to try and capitalize when one of the main scoring threats for Baldwin's off the field. Ben Backdine shields. Knocks it forward to Jack Meyer.
Boy, that looks like a straight ball. It's amazing that it stays in.
And Jack gets it.
I tell you what, Jack is so strong.
He really is. He's a fire plug of a player.
It's like we got a corner out of that.
Cuddy sneaks up from his defensive position, tries to see if he can find a spot to hit a ball in. I can't tell who's taking that over there. Can you all?
That's Ben Backdine
that's
on
Ben.
the corner, yep. That's a dangerous
Oh!
ball.
Very nice ball. Almost a great header in, too. Not sure if it was Jack Cassidy or Jack Myers that got his head on that.
Looked like Max Fulton-Neer.
Max? Okay. A lot of brown-haired kids about the same size out there.
Yeah. They could all wear the same uniform.
Knocked forward by Baldwin. Out by Fulton-Neer. Up to Will Backdine. Back pass from Jack Cassidy. Gets into the middle to Ben Backdine. He knocks it to the sideline. Ty Reamer's out there. Sends it across diagonally. Oh, we had Jack Cassidy.
They got to bring it down.
Yeah, they really do have to get the ball on the ground. And
I think the Baldwin back panicked a little bit there. He had plenty of time, and he could have controlled the ball rather than knocking it out.
St. Clair's got to keep it in deep here and keep pressuring.
Oh, he gives it away.
And J.J. Cuddy with a hip check and then a send across. Little ambitious. Jack couldn't get ahead on it. Jack Myers, that is. And punted out to midfield by Baldwin's keeper. Bounces. Shankar and a Baldwin player to collide. Knocked back to Jakovac. Out to the right.
I don't like that play necessarily. Evans got a guy wide, pretty open, and that's a higher percentage pass than a hopeful ball into the middle of the field. And I don't think he was under much pressure, but I think that's something that they could work on. I think a lot of it is sort of feeling whether or not you have more time or not, and obviously the kids have got to talk to him about that. But
yeah, that's the other thing. When in the first game, although they all know each other well, at times it seems like the communication's lacking, and again, maybe it's being down 2 goals. A little
bit of a panic.
Yeah. Knocks it forward. Will Backdine gets pushed in the back.
A little bit of a
push
right there.
Back to Connie. Loses in the midfield, but collected by Ben Backdine. Turned nicely. Again, surveys, turns, controls it well. Battling in there. Knocked outside by Connie. Or by Will Backdine. Soham smoothly turns around, passes to Connie, who switches over to Reamer. Tries to hit it forward to Jack Myers. Ben Backdine has again. Wheels, deals to Ty Reamer. Knocked forward by Will Backdine. Ty Reamer's on his horse.
Just a little bit too far. You know, when they work that ladder, either on the sidelines or up in the middle of the field, that's their best, most effective method of moving the ball forward.
Yep. I think Coach Snyder will settle them down at halftime. See how they come out. There's still a lot of time left in this game at 14 and a half minutes
Yeah, no, I
left.
mean, we have plenty of time in this first half.
We have a foul a little north of midfield. The center defender is going to knock it in. St. Clair's holding at the 18. And defended well by Cuddy and fielded by Jakovic. That Baldwin forward got a good turn on that ball.
Yeah.
Well won aggressively by Ben Backdine. Knocked down by Max Fultonier. He looks, sends forward to Jack Meyer, who gets behind the defender. And just nearly gets picked off by the keeper.
Yeah, I think the keeper has made an adjustment. You know, he's coming out for that ball, whereas I think early in the game, if it was outside, but still in the box, he may have stayed on his line. Now he's coming out to get it before we can collect it.
Yeah, he's playing well. Shankar loses it at midfield, sent back.
There's another
Jakovic, another keeper comes off his line, clears well over midfield. Shankar goes up for a header. Boy, the ball's up
Get
in the
the
air
ball down.
a lot.
Yeah, got to get the ball on the ground.
Well defended by Will Backdine. Will is like a yellow jacket. He is an aggressive kid. Oh. Defended by Connie into Max Fulton.
There you go. Now get across the field.
Back to Cuddy.
Ugh.
He surveys, pumps it down the line to Jack Myers, collects it back to Reamer, forward again to Myers. Myers, back dying.
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky.
Just a little late with that pass.
Yeah, I think there was just a little miscommunication there too. I'm not sure if Ben thought Max Fultonier was going to stay there, or he just kind of hesitated and went toward the defender and kind of fooled Ben, I think. And Baldwin's getting the ball forward. Got a foul by Connie, and he is going to get a yellow card. And 5 minutes on the bench for his trouble.
I've got to think that they're going to come back with Abelardo. No, Anthony Hayes.
So Anthony Hayes is coming in. He had, was it 2 goals in the scrimmage against
2 goals in the
Central
scrimmage,
Catholic?
2 fabulous goals. I think we'll get that up on the Twitter, but they were pretty impressive strikes. Both one-touch goals and really, really impressive.
And certainly anyone who can, who's going to be watching this game will realize that in high school soccer you get 5 minutes on your seat for a... Oh, well defended by Jakovic. Oh, cleared away by Max Fultonier. Out toward the sideline. Collected again by Baldwin. St. Clair's got to get out and defend. He gets by Shankar. Not by Fultonier. As I was saying, it's not like hockey where it's a 5-minute penalty. You just have to sit out for 5 minutes. They sub a new player in. Sides are even at all times unless you get a red card. Defended by Liam Schnecke. Out wide, defended again by Liam. He goes in hard, goes down, defender. Baldwin gets by him. And Baldwin's going to have another free kick.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous range.
Just a little desperation there in St. Clair and how they're defending right now.
St. Clair's going to have to get a wall together here. This is a dangerous range for a kick.
Right. It's far enough that the ball can come down quick enough to get underneath the crossbar. Whoa.
And goes over the crossbar.
You always hold your breath on those.
No doubt. Yeah, the physics of it. I mean, it's an art to get a ball up over a kid, 5'10", 6 feet tall, and then have it dip into the goal. St. Clair collects out to the right side. Ty Reamer knocks it forward. Throw in St. Clair. Just under 10 minutes to go in the half now. Throw in St. Clair. Jack Myers flips it over. Ben Backdine
gets the ball across.
Nice effort.
Not a bad service. Needed to come out from the goal a little bit more, but
now collected by Max Fultnier. He tries to knock it back to Shankar. Fans a bit. Now it's Baldwin throwing.
There's definitely a lot more energy right now in the Baldwin team. I think St. Clair is shell-shocked a little bit.
Baldwin player tries to dribble, but kind of dribbles out of bounds. David Goldberg goes in right now for Max Fultnier on the outside left midfield spot. Collected by Jack Cassidy, turned into Jack Myers. Ball goes out. St. Clair throw. And you can hear the St. Clair players talking in the back, trying to get things organized back there. Jack Myers now takes a break. Nick Tanner will be threatening that defense again with his speed. Knocked down by Cassidy, back to Goldberg, back to Shankar, back to Cuddy. He's going to swing it wide right. Trying to take advantage of that Tanner speed. Collected by Ben Backdine. Well placed in the middle.
Oh, loses the ball right there.
Ben defends and collects again.
Ball's bouncing around a little bit. Nice ball.
That's out to Goldberg. Oh, just wide right. That was a great play. Good run.
That's a good combination. Finally collecting a really bouncy ball, and then Ben slides it out, and Goldberg just misses wide on the right post.
He's a sophomore. He might have had some wide eyes there.
Yeah. It was a good opportunity. It was a good shot.
Yep. He definitely settled it down, put it where he wanted it. Just a little wide. Knocked forward by Baldwin, collected by Shankar. Back to Jakovac. Knocks back to midfield. Baldwin collects. Now Cuddy knocks it down. Again with the bouncing ball. Knocks outside. Cassidy collects again, knocks into Ben Backdine. Tries to get it forward to Tanner. Intercepted. Chested down by Baldwin. Defended by Shineki. And we've got a bit of a scrum. Not really, but...
Oh, they're going to give Liam a yellow for that. I think they got tangled up, and I don't know. It looked like a worse collision than probably what it was.
I agree. I mean, Liam might have pulled him down a little bit. Baldwin player took exception to it. Liam really didn't do anything. I don't know why he's the one with the yellow card, but he is, so that's that.
So Ty Reamer will slide in and play one of those right center backs positions, and Max Fultnier just came back in, and he's going to play that outside wing back position.
Ball knocked forward by Baldwin. The
pretty good position.
Check. Headed out by Shankar. Well in by David Goldberg. Up to Nick Tanner. Nick Tanner's defended. And Anthony Hayes collects. Knocks it into, oh, excuse me, that was Max Fultonier. And defended well by Ben Backdine. That was a hard slide tackle, but a legal one.
Oh,
knocks
and a
up
nice
to his
ball
brother,
down
Willie.
the line to his brother. He's going to bring it back inside.
And he's knocked from behind and taken down. And now St. Clair has a nice opportunity to
That was
direct
a
kick
good
here.
Karate Kid sweep the leg move by
No
the
question.
Baldwin defender. I think Cobra Kai would be proud of them for that.
No question.
See what JJ does with this. Will he take a shot or will he put it into the pile? That's a good shot.
Good shot, had some speed on it, but right at the keeper's chest.
Got to be a little higher.
Good effort. And one out of the air by Shankar. Flick
Yeah.
back towards Cuddy in the middle.
5 minutes
He
left.
goes wide. I think that's up to Fultonier. Ball taken by a Baldwin defender.
It was a pretty
Fultonier.
good tackle by the Baldwin
Yep.
defender. Just a little heavy. That's going to get outside.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, but just a little heavy touch.
For a sophomore, David Goldberg's anticipation's been pretty well out,
Yeah.
pretty good out there.
They're moving the ball well up that side.
Baldwin player moved it directly outside. So Shankar will throw in. 4 minutes left. That'll be a Baldwin throw in. St. Clair's got to hold on here. They've got some experienced players on the bench. Liam Shinecki, Jack Myers.
Yeah. You
Cyrus
can see Max
Carney and-
Fulton see that ball.
Yep,
This is a
here we are.
dangerous situation if they can get their hands on the ball.
Oh,
Nick Tanner
Nick
just
Tanner's
out
hustle.
hustles a guy. And you could argue that was a foul right there.
Instead, it's throwing Baldwin.
Yeah, both the goalkeeper and Nick Tanner were going for that ball, and the goalkeeper fell down and tripped Nick Tanner up. I mean, there's another
down
one
again.
right inside the box, and now they're going to get
And that
another
will be
one.
from the spot.
Yep.
Looks like Nick Tanner's going to take the kick.
You know, both situations are created just by pressure. In the first case, Tanner and Pyers put on the defense, and that one was just all hustle by Nick Tanner. I think, needless to say, this would be a big goal to get right before the half.
Yeah, as the keeper. Oh, and slugs it. Bar down. Great goal. And he's breathing a sigh of relief he didn't put it near the parking lot. Great goal.
That was a close one. He goes right down the pipe, but he gets it underneath the crossbar.
And his father is over to his left. And as soon as he lined up to take that kick, the weight started to shift from one foot to the next. But luckily, both are relieved. So 3-2 now. Home side has a little more energy. 3 minutes left in the half. Defended well by Will Backdine. Out to David Goldberg. Well placed up again to Nick Tanner. Gets by him. Defended out to the left. Ben Backdine. Ben Backdine would rather chew his arm off than lose a game. So he is going to be all over it. Sent down towards Cuddy. Oh no.
That was a pretty aggressive situation there from Evan Jackman.
It was almost a perfect pass by JJ.
You know, you can't tell the angles from up here, but boy, from up here, it really looked like that wasn't the most wise of decisions.
I think he tried to flick it back to Jakovic and just thought he could get more power on it and just was off balance in a way. So down to nearly 2 minutes in the half. Certainly becoming a spirited affair. Throw in Baldwin. Defended by Anthony Hayes. Shankar knocks it down towards back dying. Tanner Shields.
There's a lot of St. Clair players right in that same area.
Yeah.
You know.
All within about 5 yards of each other. Knock forward. JJ's on his horse to defend. Collected by
There you
Jacobak.
go. The Baldwin coach saw the same thing that I did. Evan got a little bit close to that
Yeah.
outside of the penalty area, and not the kind of mistake you want to make.
Blocked by JJ Cuddy. Collected. Sent out wide to David Goldberg. Nice
ball.
pass.
A little switch the field. Oh, he
Goldberg
had a
switches
guy.
again.
I think he saw the ref.
Could be. Although, I don't know. Now the ref saw something that's a penalty, going to give Baldwin the opportunity to knock it forward again.
There's, you know, it's with the light behind him and the shadow, it does look like somebody that may be wearing a black jersey.
There's
but
no question.
It could also be my 50-year-old eyes.
Now, these are new lights here, but they're a little strange. Oh, well defended by Cuddy.
Yeah, I think St. Clair would be well to get out of this half.
I think
One
they'll be
goal down. Get to the sidelines and reorganize.
more than happy to do so. Cuddy casually knocks it down, sends it wide to Nick Tanner. Nick Tanner threatens. Defended well, pass forward by Baldwin. 12 seconds left now. Up to back Diane, defended. Anthony Hayes now defends. Hayes defends hard. And Will Back Diane gets a yellow card as the half ends. So,
Well, that was a fast and furious first half of soccer.
that was something else. 5 goals in the first half. St. Clair comes over the sideline, rather aggravated, I would think. And Uwe Schneider will try and get him calmed down and into the second half. And we will be back with that in about 10 minutes. Thank you. All right, and we are back for the second half. And from our vantage point, St. Clair is not going to be going left to right. And hopefully with a lot more balls on the ground as opposed to flying in the air over their midfield, as we were just discussing.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of the first half, you know, the ball was being played over and around the midfield. And you get trapped over on one side, you know, the ball's not coming back across where you're finding a little bit more space on the backside. You know, it'll be interesting to see whether or not they realize that. But certainly looking up here, you know, we seem to be playing a lot of direct balls. But once we were able to get it down into that last third, put pressure on the Baldwin defense, and, you know, you did draw 2 PKs. Well, I was thinking, you know, it's not that often that you get 3 PKs in a half. You know, not even a game you don't get 3 PKs.
Certainly not. And like your comment, I think it was like 10 or 12 minutes into the first half. I mean, they've just got to find their midfielder and build level by level, because they can certainly control the ball, and they have the skill to kind of outlast teams and just kind of wear them down. So let's see what Coach Snyder prescribed at halftime. And it looks like we open with the same starting lineup.
I think it's the same group, Dan.
Yep. And Baldwin plays it back, and then wide left, headed out by Cuddy. That'll be a throw in Baldwin. Everyone's covered well by JJ Cuddy.
Nice defense by Cyrus.
Very well.
Takes the ball away. Now here's a ball that we should control and move up. Ben overruns it a little bit there, but nice pass to Nick.
Oh, Ty Reamer
slips
sneaks
one
through there. That was a great pass by Nick Tanner.
Let's see
Couple
if
moves,
he
he
can get
tries
this
to
ball
beat him
across.
outside. And he does.
Oh.
Great snag by the keeper.
I tell you what, that was a nice threat.
It was.
And that was a pretty impressive work by Ty Reamer on the outside, getting that ball across. little confusion there.
Yep. Collected now by Cuddy, Connie, back to Cernicki.
Well, let's see if they can get the ball across the field.
And Backdine turns, sends it down towards Jack Myers. Oh, excuse me, that's Abelardo Sabarzo. No,
Max Fultonier.
Max Fultonier. It's dark over there. Sabarzo defends.
St. Clair ball.
St. Clair just seems to be waiting for it. Thrown in.
No,
Nick
that was
Tanner.
the best
attempts.
option.
And Zach Stewart is on the
That looked like a
knocks
push.
down.
A little late call.
Excuse
It
me,
seemed
Joey
pretty
Muller,
obvious
yeah.
here in real time, but
Yeah. No, Joey Muller just kind of wound up and took a shoulder into J.J. Cuddy, but he'll shake it off.
and your son's a pretty solid dude, so it had to be quite a push to get him off his
Yeah.
feet.
It's hard to knock him down. He should shake it off.
They used to say that about you too, right, Dan?
At one time, long ago. Now I'm just hard to knock down because I weigh more. Into Ben Backdine. Over to Jack Myers. He flicks
Oh,
it
nice
forward
little
for
through
Fultonier.
ball. Let's see if it's a little too far.
Oh, he tries to draw the corner, but it's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, and JJ was telling me, before the game, he's over the years developed a little rivalry with Muller and Stewart, so everyone remembers each other from even way back when they were young kids.
Well, we've played these guys in travel soccer for years, since they were little kids, and it's always been good games.
Oh, yeah. It's good to see all the kids develop and stay on the pitch. So we're going to have a throw in St. Clair here. Looks like Max Fultonier is going to take it. Throws it into Jack Myers. Turns. Deals out. So tries to get it outside to Reamer. Muller sends it forward. Jakovic is coming off his line.
You see, that was a pass where he could have made a simple pass to Ben and then moved it across the Reamer. And instead, you bring in extra guys into it, and it has to be an extremely precise pass.
True.
Almost playing simple in this one-level pass. Something that they need to think a little bit more about doing.
I think that's where their patience is going to have to come back into play. I mean, they're still aggressive because they're down a goal, and I understand that, but there's 36 minutes left. And that ball did not necessarily look like it was out of bounds, but...
Yeah, we are at a different angle, but I agree with you, Dan. It didn't look like it was all the way over the line.
Knocked down the head by Ty Reamer, back to Backdine. Up to... Oh, nice.
What a nice little through.
Jack Meyer collects it again.
He lets him have the advantage.
Nick Tanner untangles himself from the defender, gets up to Muller. Defended well by Cyrus Connie. Cyrus Connie stepped up well in defense today. He's coming up from that holding midfielder spot and really defending well. Goes out again, St. Clair ball. Over Jack's head tries to get it to Sabarzo. Collected again by Reamer. Whoops.
Sort of backed into JJ on that, knocked him off the header.
He's going to defend Muller now into Jakovic. I think that was a little ambitious. I think he thought his forward was going to run for it, but just kind of watched.
Definitely some hope in that ball.
Baldwin throw in far sideline.
There you go. Move it across.
Oh,
right there.
almost a problem. Back into Connie.
That's
to
a
Reamer.
little too heavy. They're just a little bit off. It seems like the passes are just a one step out too far.
Sabarzo defends.
That was a good shield.
It was. St. Clair ball. Reamer throws it down the line to Jack Myers. Shields takes the defender, tries to get by. Ball again seemed to stay in.
I'm
I don't know,
not
the
sure
ref's
that this
closer than
referee
us.
knows the rule on that, it would appear.
I know. Sabarzo Shields knocks back to Connie. Wheels it back out to Sabarzo. Sends it to Cuddy, who's
on.
under pressure, and knocks the ball out, unfortunately.
That was a tough ball for JJ to handle, but
Yeah. Kind of bounced right at his shin.
he kind of just got pinned up against the sideline there and didn't really have any great options of where to go with the ball.
Back nine now with the ball. Turns and gives to Connie. Deft move outside the defender.
He's going to go try
Back
to
nine.
find Nick Tanner.
Sends it down. Collected by the keeper. So 33 minutes. We're still 3-2 Baldwin.
You know, they've got to learn to adjust where that long ball is being played. You know, we talked about the goalkeeper coming out and finding it a little bit more after the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game, and we haven't quite adjusted to that.
Nick Tanner collects again, sends it back to back nine, knocks the defender off. Sabarzo has it now. Back out to Fultonier. Fultonier sends it into Ben back nine. Battles. St. Clair still has it. Collected by Fultonier, knocked into Connie.
There we go. Let's move it across.
All these passes have been on the ground. Jack sees Reamer outside. Wall pass back to Myers.
All right.
Oh, Myers draw the corner. Let's see if St. Clair can knock one in the old-fashioned way here.
This one looks like it might be going to Cuddy on the far side.
Oh, just goes wide.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of overran that. We had two players taking about the same run. Looks like Shankar and Cuddy took the same run.
Well, it's always disappointing when you get a opportunity like that and you don't even get a touch on the ball.
Yeah. So Niraj Thappa's coming in. And we'll go to a forward spot for Bebus Rai, who looks like he may have taken a shot to the ribs or something. He's kind of holding his midsection. Maybe he's just a little winded. So Baldwin has a kick here. Sends it out of bounds.
I think it ever got in bounds.
Into Ben back nine. Shields knocks it back out to Fultonier, knocks it down to Tanner, who kind of gets spun around but knocked out by Baldwin. St. Clair throwing.
He's got a lot of space there.
Yeah, sends it across to Ben back nine. That was a good throw in. Flicks it down to Reamer.
Drops it right at his feet. And then the defender kicks it out.
Joshua Vargas played a pretty good game tonight. Defended well out there.
That's a pretty good throw.
Yeah. Didn't seem like they were expecting it.
Comes back in.
Connie gets a foot on it.
Oh, they should have let that go.
Yeah. Reamer turns around. Keeps the ball.
There's no one showing to help him right there. You know.
No, you're right. They're all kind of standing in the same spot. No one made a run.
He didn't really have anywhere to go with the ball. He couldn't get a cross off, and you know, Cyrus needs to come a little bit more to the line to give him an angle, someplace to put the ball.
Even if he comes up and draws a defender, some kind of alley.
Something. Right. I agree. All right. Let's see.
Oh, miss kick. Ben back nine collects it. Turns. Shoots.
Little wide.
Good effort there. The awareness of Ben back nine. I think he thought he caught the goalie out of position. took a whack at it, but just knocked it wide.
St. Clair is definitely attacking very aggressively this half. I mean, most of this first 10 minutes that we've had in this half have been spent down in this end of the field.
Yeah. I think someone on the sideline at halftime said we are not losing to this up-and-coming team, but they still are, so we'll see what happens. Knock back to Shankar, out to Fultonier. Back into the middle to Connie. He looks. Dribbles back to Cuddy. Under pressure, sends it forward to Nick Tanner. On target to Jack Myers, flicks it around. Ben back dying. Oh, heavy touch, unlucky, collected by the keeper. That was a good sequence.
Yeah, you just need a little softer touch on that run through the gap.
Over Sankar's head. And
misplays it.
Shineki's
Now we've got a little trouble here. All right, he recovers.
Yep.
He's going to
Reamer
take
gets by a midfielder. For a minute. Second, rather.
He tries the heel pass. They get it in, yeah.
And that's midfielder defense. A heel pass turned over to St. Clair.
That was a hopeful ball.
Yep.
You know, if they can get the ball back over to Fultonier, they've got numbers over on that side.
Wisely realizes he can switch over to the left. Shankar looks in the middle. Sabarzo sees Fultonier wide.
Go. You know, and Max is so good on that outside.
Oh, unlucky.
He gets that ball across. Let's see if we can keep it in. No.
Another good sequence. The thing is, too, now if you can pressure and keep the defense on the heels and just make them expend energy, again, try to wear them down. David Goldberg comes in for Ty Reamer. And knocked down by Goldberg to Ben Backdine. Now over to Connie. Into Myers. Back to Sabarzo. Fakes. Deals up to Tanner. Flick to Jack Myers.
He's going to get it. This is going to be a goal.
Oh, unlucky. I thought that was a goal.
What a sequence there. You just had a feeling that we were going to get a shot off there.
He and Tanner,
great play by the goalkeeper.
They've really had that flick going to each other. I mean, almost like a shortstop and a second baseman pulling off a double play.
They knew where each other was going.
Back into Sabarzo. You can feel it now.
Yeah, you know the mentality sometimes you get when you're ahead and you forget that you need to keep attacking. And you just you sit back, and you don't possess the ball coming out of the back. And you end up playing most of the game in that half.
You know, Baldwin's got veteran defenders and apparently a good keeper, so this is not going to be an easy task, even to tie.
There's a good ball.
Yeah,
what a sequence.
What a shot.
What a sequence.
Great sequence. Knocked outside, definitely knocked back inside. Then a little pass into Jack Myers. Was that Jack Myers or David Goldberg that scored?
No, that was Jack Myers.
Myers. Well, David Goldberg had something to do with it. He's running back. Again, a lot of dark-haired kids over there in the left corner with kind of the darker side of the field, if you will. But Jack Myers, one of the team leaders, he's been scoring goals on this team since he's been a sophomore. So he is always in the right place. And now he's pushing Baldwin back. Pressuring the defender. Gets a touch on it. Now we recover. Ben Backdine recovers. Up to Nick Tanner. Again, flicked one time to Jack Myers. They just know where each other is going to be. Chested down by Abelardo Sabarzo to Connie. Goldberg. Goldberg deals. Sends it back into Sabarzo. Sabarzo. Oh, nice effort. That was a very nice left-footed loft into Ben Backdine. Just kind of went off his shin. Unlucky, couldn't pull it down. You know, David Goldberg's playing very composed ball. His first varsity game as a sophomore, he's doing well.
Yeah, you could see that during the summer when they were playing. He was one of the better sophomores that they had, and it was just a matter of sort of where you're going to put all these kids. But he and Ty Reamer and Baden Friday and Drew Pop, there's some really good talent in that sophomore class.
All right, back out to the far sideline now. Shankar's going to throw it in. So tie game, 24-20, second half. And I would definitely say St. Clair's got Baldwin on their heels. Back to Cuddy. Muller pressures. Back to Jakovac, but a difficult type of ball. And he knocks it forward.
That's a wise play by Evan.
Yep.
He had an attacker coming. He was probably better with his feet. And, you just couldn't give the ball back up that deep in your end, especially being out of goal.
And I think Coach Snyder would have preferred that J.J. Cuddy had played that wide to Goldberg, but he looked back to Jakovac, and he wanted to make sure he got it there. Just a little heavy pass.
I think he saw Moeller come in the cross from this, and he was worried about it.
No, there's no call.
That was a dangerous situation.
Certainly was.
Yeah.
Legal, though, shoulder to shoulder, but in
you
the box.
just never know how those are going to get seen by the referee.
Yes, especially, I'd say in the Whippeal, sometimes whoever lands on the floor is the one who did not commit the foul. Beavis Ray's back up. He's waving for the ball now.
That's another interesting example. He probably was feeling like he should have whistled a foul back in there against Liam, and then, what's aggressive but not over the top defending by Nick, he gets a foul there.
Yep.
So maybe a little bit of a makeup call.
Baldwin's going to swing this in from the far side.
Oh, what a shot.
That was a very good ball. And knocked wide, or knocked over the end line, rather.
That was a pretty dangerous delivery there for St. Clair. You had David Goldberg covering Jolie Moeller. I don't know if that's the best matchup. Somebody's got to do a little bit better of job of sorting it out before the kick comes through.
I agree. So 22 minutes. We have Max Fultonier, Abeloda Sabarzo, and Nick Tanner coming out for a break. And
I think William Backdian came in.
Yep.
Jack Cassidy. And let me see.
Can't see who went over to the far sideline. And he went, Jakovac off his line to collect that. I think the other thing, too, is, back to Connie. Well in by Cyrus Connie. Well defended there. He blocked the Muller shot. Now out to Goldberg, who clears. J.J. Cuddy now defends Rebus.
Dangerous ball.
Yep.
All right, St. Clair is definitely taking a breather here, and they're playing pretty frenetic.
Well, Baldwin felt control of the game before, and they won it back, so they're getting aggressive again. What I was going to say before is I wonder, too, if the three-back system is they just need some game time experience to learn it, because you can scrimmage all you want with each other, and everyone gets used to playing it when you're playing each other, but you play a different side, and it's a different game altogether.
This was, if you go back and you look at the tape, when they played Cannon Mac and Lebo last year, they used this formation for 3 games in the middle of the season, and they were really effective. And particularly in the Lebo game where they first tried it out. Well, maybe it was the Cannon Mac, but again in the first Cannon Mac game, which they tied, and then in the first Lebo game here where we lost in the first overtime. If you look at that Lebo game tape, we dominated that game.
Yeah, great grab by Jakovac there.
And if not for a great header and maybe some poor clock management on our end, we would have won that game.
Yep. And that is sent in the row at least 3 or 4 by a Baldwin defender.
Well, here comes St. Clair. It's got to be a corner.
I think that was Jack Cassidy who went in hard there.
That was. He got tripped up, and then we got the corner out of that.
Jack Cassidy's always been an aggressive player. It's nice to see him get a lot of time tonight.
You know, I mean, growing up, and you know this, Dan, I mean, he always had just a knack of how to get the ball in the back of the net. So it's good to see him out there getting a shot at it.
No question. Ball sent in.
Oh, and there he was.
And yes, Connie aggressively collects it, crosses it. Header attempted. Ty Reamer's in there. Battling. J.J. Cuddy knocks it down. Knocks out to Shankar.
They need to get
Shankar
the
goes
ball
up.
down.
And the coaches are yelling, bring it down.
That's what we said.
Out to David Goldberg. Taps it forward to Will Backdine. And Will Backdine never shies away from contact. Tries to draw a corner. Looks like it's a goal kick. That's a smart play. I mean, a lot of times the forward will go down there and just take a slide tackle and try and knock it off the defender's shin. Didn't work there, but I think that guy will remember Will coming at him next time he is.
Nice trap.
It was a good touch.
I tell you what, Ben and Cyrus in the middle doing a great job bringing the ball down. They just need to get the ball more. There he goes.
Goldberg forward to Jack Myers. Ben Backdine collects.
Ooh, pinballs around.
Yep. St. Clair draws a corner. And Fultonier and Nick Tanner are coming back in. Coach Snyder decides not to sub on the corner. Sabarzo's going to be coming back in as well.
I like that. I don't like subbing on a corner. You know, people have got the rhythm of the game going in, and they come in cold.
I agree. It's not a good time to sub.
All right.
Well defended there by Shankar. Baldwin controls in the midfield for a second, though. The two guys.
JJ is going to collect this.
Calmly puts it up to Goldberg. Goldberg sends it forward ambitiously, maybe to Jack Myers. Intercepted by Baldwin. Sent over Cuddy's head. And kind of off the back calf of Muller.
JJ was a lot more relaxed about that ball than I think you and I were.
Yeah. David Goldberg comes off after 10 or 12 solid minutes. Connie comes off for a deserved rest. They're going to want to get Connie back in there, though. Back to Shankar. Up again to Backdine. He's got some space. Nick makes a run, draws a defender.
That's a great ball.
Jack Cassey on the run.
That's a
Jack
dangerous.
Cassey aggressively in.
Oh, it looked like he was going to get there, Dan.
Yep. Their keeper's solid.
Yeah, you know, once he started coming off his line, he's been a lot more effective, and it's been a tougher thing to defend.
Yep. Shankar didn't see him coming. Muller nearly takes it away. The Baldwin forwards are giving the St. Clair defense all they can handle tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, that Joey Muller, he's a big, strong kid, and he's also an effective scorer.
Doesn't hurt him that he's fast either.
Well, you know, there's nobody that really can replicate that.
No. Tanner back to defend in his own third.
I think this is the ball coming forward.
Yep. Ben collects. Got many defenders around him.
He was off.
He was off.
Yeah. It was a good idea, but the Baldwin defender just stepped forward one step, and that was enough to keep him offsides.
Joey Muller goes down on his knees to get a head ball. Sabarzo knocks it back to Cuddy. Into Ben Backdine.
Ben's fighting for that ball.
Yep, Ben got it
William
now.
Backdine gets it. Fine feet. This is what they've got to do.
Yep, all on the
Oh,
ground.
what
there we
a
go.
pass. You know, It
And he
just
still
sort of went
collected.
through Cassidy's legs,
Yep.
but it had really good weight on it.
Those 3 passes, about 60 yards, all on the ground.
Well, we knew it was going to be a good game, and it has been.
14 minutes left, tie game. And it wouldn't be unlike the St. Clair side to go into overtime because I think what we have last year, 4 or 5 overtime
Felt like
games.
you should just plan on playing another
Right.
5 or 10 minutes.
Jack Myers has it now. Ty Reamer's forward.
This is an
Oh,
aggressive
nice
shot. You know, I don't mind him taking that from
No,
out there.
heck
They had,
no.
if he had a free look, the guy wasn't on him.
Keeps the keeper honest too. You know,
The
if you
Baldwin
watch,
coach asked the defender, "Why are we backing off him?" And that's a good question, you know.
yeah. Speaking of defenders, though, I mean, I want to take a look at Ty Reamer now. I mean, he's been up and back on this sideline. He's back to Mark Joey. Great play by him. Muller, and then he gets forward in the offensive end. That's the difficulty of that position. Collects the ball. Muller now comes back to defend. Back to Cuddy. Under pressure. Sends it forward. Good ball on the ground to Jack Myers. Oh, Jack tries to get it, and Nick Tannerbell is defended away. Sabarzo turns.
Ah,
Knocked out by Baldwin. Gets past Sabarzo.
can't be lazy.
Come on. Poked ahead by Cuddy. That was a scary play for a moment. Shankar's got it. Out the full near.
Possess the ball.
It's a little ambitious there to try and get it in the middle.
You know, not from that deep.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind that. Here comes Max Fulton there.
Oh, good shot.
Nice shot.
Lower left, lower right corner, sorry. Keeper went down to get that. So just under 12 minutes to go now. Ben with a diving snag. Out to Muller.
You know, it's interesting. They got Moeller playing up top and out on the left, and it allows him to invert, you know, which brings the ball back to his strong foot.
Right. Defended outside by
Nice
Reamer.
defense.
Good job. Good job there by Sabarzo. Knocks it back toward the middle, though. Takes a whack
There you
at it,
go.
knocks it wide. Zach Stewart's back in for the Highlanders. He had seemed like an extended break. I don't know. Surprised they kept him out that long. Shankar knocks it forward. Shankar back to Shineki. Unfortunately out of bounds.
Liam's got to make a better play than that. You know.
Here comes Ty Reamer back to Mark Muller again.
That's a tough assignment. As
It
a
really
sophomore.
is.
I mean,
It really is.
The guy's big, he's strong, he's fast, and he's skilled, right?
And then you got to get up on and play some offense.
And here you come. And they play that 1-2.
That was a good play there. I mean, he didn't let Muller turn. Muller knocked it back, and then he defended the passer.
Yeah, JJ's got to realize that when they're going to play that 1-2, he's got to come over and catch Moeller
No
on
doubt.
the backside.
Fielded that one cleanly down to Sabarzo. And too aggressively
That's probably gonna go out of bounds.
to Boltonier, who almost slid into the bleachers.
I think you're right about, playing this formation and getting a little bit more comfortable with the spacing. That may have a lot to do with just being a little bit off on some of the passes that have been made. I mean, that's a good example where, normally Max would be out wide in a defensive position, and so, coming back on a deep switch would be pretty easy. But, he was coming from just near the hash on that one. That's such a long run to make on a ball to the other side.
Yep. And, I don't know, maybe it's getting a little wet down there. Max Fultner kind of lost the handle on it, threw it in. And if you throw it in, you're not allowed to throw it to yourself. So, but yeah, man, it just might. It's a good formation. It just, I think, takes some game time experience because.
Well, and it fits the personnel that we have.
Right.
You've got a bench full of big, tall defenders who are pretty fast, and you've got a pretty good set of center midfielders.
Right.
And it puts two strikers up on the field, which is a more offensive attack set of numbers that Uwe likes to put onto the field.
Yep. So St. Clair throwing here. Rima's been working hard on the outside. He'll send it in. Sends it into Nick Tanner, who flicks it forward to Ben Backdine.
Ben's going to get this ball. Let's see if he can get one off.
And he will get it across.
Is there someone there?
Goal! Oh! No, they're saying no goal.
They are saying no goal.
You say no goal.
Oh, wow. This happened 2 years ago at Cannon Mac, where the ref did not see the ball go in, and it went in and it hit the back post on the bottom, and they did not score it. And then the Whitfield went back and looked at it, and it clearly went in. It was just a bad call by the ref.
Wow.
And, I didn't see that one as close, but
I don't know. We couldn't see that one. I mean, it seemed like it hit inside nearly by where the wheel is. Now Bebas seems to be offsides. Bebas free, Ray. And they didn't call him off. So Jakovac sends it forward. Jack Myers backs up, flicks it forward to Nick Tanner. And Myers surveys. He takes it for himself. Knocks down a defender. Turns. Keeps it. Battle still crosses. Nick Tanner knocks it.
Let's see if they can get this.
Muller kind of off his toe. Connie collects it.
Yeah, Dan, my text messages just lit up with everybody on the USC side texting that was 100% a goal.
Oh. The referee in the back didn't think it was a goal either for some unknown reason.
No one seemed to see it. I mean, they can't call it in if they don't see it in, but and he was on the end line, so I mean, he was in.
Well, our fans have the perspective that we don't, which is seeing what the.
You gotta hurry up.
Excuse me. Jakovic comes out to knock it forward. Seemed like Cuddy and Shinecki didn't know who was going to go back to get that ball there.
I think Ty Reamer just came down with a cramp.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
Hamstring cramp.
It's a little different when you have to go 80 minutes.
80 yards at a time, all the time. JJ Cuddy fields it back to Jakovac.
All right, let's see if we can find people. Black. It looked like
seemed to be almost a
handball.
handball,
Yeah.
We all saw that one.
And that's an instance where you've got to play the advantage. You get one pass to see if you can connect it, and if they still don't retain it, then obviously you bring the ball back.
Right.
But both Myers and Tanner were ready to go on that one.
Cuddy's going to send this one in.
That's a good ball.
Good ball. Knocked down by Ben Backdine. David Goldberg's got some speed.
There's
Chases.
some pressure here. Oh, he gets the ball inside. Nice
well
move by
defended.
Liam Shinecki.
Collected by
Really,
Cuddy.
really good.
Sent forward,
Ah.
but intercepted.
All right, we just need to collect ourselves here a little bit and settle the ball down.
Yep. Nick
There
Tanner
we
up
go.
to Myers.
That'll likely go out. Let's see if they get a corner. Nope.
Nope.
They'll throw
Throwing.
in.
And you can't discount the fact that the Baldwin bench is electric, and the St. Clair bench just wants to make sure they don't lose to them.
Right. Nice shot by
Oh,
Nick Tanner.
mishandled
And
by the keeper.
we-
Now we're going to get a corner.
we get a corner out of that.
That's really his first mistake all night. Oh, no, that is a goal.
And the backflip.
I guess you got to make the net move.
What a ball.
Great
Max
ball.
Fulton there.
Knocked in by Max Fulton.
Actually,
Somersault celebration.
Max Fulton
Fulton
there. What a great goal.
So, St.
and
Clair
even
can-
better backflip.
Yeah. Was it a backflip? So if
Boy,
St.
that
Clair
was
can hold
That
on.
was a tremendous goal celebration.
If St. Clair can hold on for what is left of this game, which is 3:52, they're going to say they won 5-3. Knocked down by Goldberg. I tell you, Baldwin is not going to go away. Defended by Myers and then Sabarza. Intercepted by Myers. Up to Tanner. Oh, very deftly put the Sabarzo. Collected again. Oh, very good play by Ben Backdine, and that is not a foul. You know what happened there? Ben Backdine slipped in, took that ball, and the Baldwin player took a whack at Ben, who didn't care, didn't feel it, and now the Baldwin player's hurt from kicking Ben, and the foul's called on Backdine. We'll just call that poor positioning. So clock stopped at 3:09. We've got a Baldwin player with a cramp on the field. And Coach Snyder's down there instructing the defenders to move back and pull in a bit. You know for a fact that Muller and Stewart and the boys are going to be coming at him.
You didn't see it, Dan, but the backflip was even more impressive than the goal.
I was trying to look around and see who may have assisted on that, and I saw feet and hair. I didn't know if it was forward or backward.
Max is just an incredible athlete. You know, he can contort his body in many different ways. He's a great snowboarder.
And it just also speaks to the fact, the leadership on this team. I mean, big goals tonight by Myers and Fulton,
Tanner. I mean, it's just been a great second effort. They've got 3 minutes that they've got to sort of bring it home, but, you know, there's a lot of resilience that they've shown in leveling this up and then now taking the lead.
And we've seen it in their eyes even as little kids and then teenagers. I mean, some of these kids just will just refuse to lose at all costs. They will not give in. So I don't want to jinx anyone, but 3 minutes left,
No,
4-3.
Look, they've got to do the same thing that they were doing earlier in the half when they were down. You know, when you feel like you're just protecting a lead, you have a tendency to just sit back and let the offense come to you. You know, and when you possess the ball, you're not connecting passes, you're just clearing, you're trying to pass time. That's never a great way to win and close out a soccer game.
Oh, you're right. And this poor boy from Baldwin is just having a hard time getting off the field. Every time he moves, he cramps up again.
I don't know what Coach Schneider said to them in that little timeout, but it'll be interesting to see. I really hope that they're able to possess the ball and attack.
Yep. No, I mean, that's, you keep playing the way you're playing because you're winning. When you start getting hesitant and the so-called prevent defense, that never usually works very well.
I mean, you've seen this team the last couple of years. I mean, they are at their best when they connect the passes and they play one level to one level. When they maintain the ball, maintain possession, there's enough skill throughout the roster that they literally can control the ball for minutes on end.
And you can see they just frustrate the heck out of teams doing that.
It's a hard team to play.
There are times you just can't get the ball away from them.
Right. And then you're chasing on defense, and that just you get tired.
And 3 minutes left. You hear this.
Nick
the
Tanner
Baldwin
just took
bench.
that away
Yeah,
from them.
He sure did. You hear the Baldwin bench yelling, "Come on, move the ball!" And there's still 3 minutes left. So we hope that panic remains. Oh, Jack Myers.
I think Nick Tanner's got a cramp here. He's working it out. That's an instance when you're a player. If you're hurt, you have to come out of the game.
No doubt.
It's just you in a hurt condition versus somebody, another person, another player that's healthy and can run.
Yep.
Well, that was a dangerous bouncing ball there.
It was. And, Liam played that really well.
Well, he
Baldwin,
shielded the ball.
yeah.
He was able to push the guy out of the way with his body. But
he's a big, strong kid. The other guy had hands all over him.
And there, that's all 6'5" of them gets up and gets that high ball across.
And again,
he's going to win a lot of tall balls up in the box.
Yep.
There you
well
go.
Well defended there. Now Sabarzo has it. He'll knock it forward.
Now, see, this is the kind of thing I don't like. Is that, they've got to put it into play where one of our guys can get it. It kills a little bit of time, but, if you connect 2-3 passes, that's the way that you run out a game.
That'll take up a lot more time.
That burns up a lot more time. Yeah, I would. You notice the switch here that they put Max Fultonier over on Joey Moeller for these last 3 minutes.
Yep, very smart move.
Yeah, and I think there you go. Make them come to you. If they're not going to do anything, that's right, Ben.
And between Cuddy and Fultonier standing there, I don't think Mueller's getting through. So under a minute now.
I'm not sure I understand this move by the Baldwin coach of subbing here with
I was just
going to
say the same thing. And not only that,
and on the far sideline, I mean, that's one thing if you're down here at the other end, but, you've got a kid who's got to run all the way over to the other side of the field, and you've only got a minute left.
That literally just took 10 seconds.
Maybe 20.
I do not understand it.
Now, listen, they should not play the ball deep. They need to play to feet.
30 seconds now.
Yeah.
Keeper gets it. Looks
Everybody's
back at the
got to
clock.
play smart here, and they'll close this out.
Misplayed
just
by
a little
Cuddy.
misplay. Nice.
Well played there, though. Up the corner.
There you
All
go.
right.
Wow.
Well,
What a game. What great resiliency.
that's the word for the night.
It is. And, it's in some ways this is a great game to have as your first game where you go down, you're in a deficit, and you have to claw your way back. And it lets you know that you can't be complacent when you come out for the next game. You got to play hard from the beginning. And, this is going to be a tough team that they faced, and they'll get another crack at them at Baldwin. But, really proud of how the kids bounced back and finished out, closed the deficit and then finished out the game.
And their grit really showed, and we hope that carries forward through the season. So, thank you very much. Fun night. St. Clair got a win, and we'll talk to you next time, folks. Thank you.